Hey, you listen up. Don't be foolish and focus solely on getting into so-called sky universities. What really matters is your problem-solving ability. Let me tell you about someone who was born in the Welsh countryside in 1965. Graduated with a degree in French from Exeter University, worked as an English teacher in Portugal, got married, and then soon divorced with a 4-month-old daughter. This woman and her baby settled into a small shabby room in Edinburgh, Scotland, where they struggled to make ends meet. There were times when she couldn't even afford to buy milk for a crying child, so she had to resort to giving her water in a bottle instead. Living on a cold, hard floor with only 70 pounds of state benefit to survive, she would wander aimlessly with her baby in a stroller day in and day out. But then, one day something clicked. She realized that this was not how her life was supposed to end. She remembered her childhood dream of becoming a writer and decided to give it a shot. In a tiny corner of a rundown cafe in the back streets of London called Nicholson's, she began writing furiously while rocking her stroller with one hand. With no money to copy her 80,000-word manuscript, she typed it out herself on an old, outdated typewriter. And just like that, the Harry Potter series was born. That woman is Joanne K. Rowling, who solved the problem with one thought of inspiration. So, no matter what challenges you may face, remember that you too can solve them and get out of the difficulties. Don't let anything hold you back. Keep pushing forward, thinking you can solve the problem. Problem in English is made up of pro, which means in front of, and blame, which means to place or to throw, and together means to put in front of. Although we usually associate problems with negative meanings, they are something that is just put in front of us. When you face a problem, we don't have to panic, but try to find a solution. Often, problems become good assignments for making us more mature. As we have accumulated knowledge and studied, we have believed that knowledge is power. So we have tried to become more knowledgeable to get into good universities. However, when we face various problems in society and try to solve them, we realize that having a lot of knowledge does not necessarily mean we can solve problems well. As a society becomes more complex and many problems arise that did not exist before, many problems cannot be solved with the previous knowledge. Therefore, we have begun to feel that sky universities are not always the answer. Now, people with high problem-solving abilities are becoming more necessary in society. When we are given a problem or homework, we usually consider 3 or 4 alternatives and suggest what we think is optimal. However, these days, it is often the case that none of the 3 or 4 options is correct. What should we do in such cases? We must use the function of our thought. We need to think about whether there are more than 3 or 4 solutions. We may need to think about it for several days, as it may not be solved within a couple of days. CEOs of large companies, for example, go to quiet places far away to have time to think quietly when there are complex problems in their companies. Some people also activate the function of their thought by questioning themselves. Can I solve this problem in a way I have never tried before? What if I interpreted this problem in reverse? Who can help me with this problem? What happens if this problem is not solved, and what is the worst case scenario? What do I lose or gain from this problem? Children's problem-solving abilities can be developed in various places. They can gain problem-solving abilities through reading, meeting mentors, traveling, observing how people live, and even from a small talk with people. Encourage them to solve small problems on their own. Do not let them give up if they are stuck and frustrated while trying to solve a problem, but allow them to experience learning from failure. They can also develop problem-solving abilities by helping friends who are having more difficulties than themselves. When we encounter a problem, we usually show 3 types of reactions, or the 3 L. One is frightened, which means we are scared and surprised. Another is fleeing, which means we are scared and run away. And the other is facing the problem and fighting it. We should teach our kids to face problems positively and develop their problem-solving abilities. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe. Thanks.